We stay in Durban and we'll check in with where members of the South African Municipal Workers Union are. They seem to be continuing their wage strike. 13 of them will appear in court today. They were arrested in connection with strike violence. 20 of their workers have been suspended for taking part in the strike. And Newzroom Afrika's Karinda Jagmohan joins us from Verulam, which has been severely impacted. Good morning, Karinda. Just talk us through just how severe the strike has been.
Certainly, good morning to you. Well, at this moment, the suburb of Verulam has no water. They've not had water, as well as in some parts electricity, for several days, and this is believed to be as a result of the strike action. There are allegations that their water connection was cut off at some parts of the suburb. And around us, my colleague Lungelo Zunga and I will show you piles of dirt around the area. The smell of rotten filth is filling the air, Iman, and there are piles of rubbish just all along this main street because there's not been any collection of waste because of the ongoing strike. And as we know, the members of the South African Municipal Workers Union are calling for a salary increment in line with what other municipalities are paying their employees. They want the same from eThekwini. And just before I unpack what the municipality as well as SALGA has had to say, I just want to quickly join into this gentleman. Sir, very quickly, just tell us please about the impact of the strike on you as a small business owner.
When we walking around selling, these people only coming from the top, and they all and we left our selling, and the other people who had tables, they was packing up and running too, because they don't want their things, because they drop the people's things. And the bins, they throwing the bins around, they throwing the dirt, they doing everything.
Tell me about the water situation.
And the water, every time the water get cut, Verulam haven't got water, is cut. Terrence Park haven't got water. The people suffering for water. And
I'm seeing this big pile of dirt right here.
The same pile, they was in a bin, they throw it out. They throw it out, they throw in the bins, they throw in the dirt everywhere.
So thank you so much for unpacking that, Iman. I just want to show you this pile of dirt here, and what the gentleman says is that in some cases the employees, or the protesters rather, were really picking up some bins and emptying it across the street, resulting in these piles of rubbish that some other employees have been brave enough to come to work, or Good Samaritans cleaning up, to just put this on the side. When I say brave enough, it's because there are allegations that in some cases the protesters are stopping other municipal workers who want to come to work. They're stopping them from actually entering the workplace. And that is what happened yesterday on Electron Road in Durban, where a number of protesters went to one municipal building essentially and forced some workers out of their building, and ultimately 13 of those protesters are appearing in court today, and like you mentioned, 20 suspended. The eThekwini municipality says they have said that the strike is illegal after they obtained an urgent court interdict against this ongoing strike, because they say it's impacting access to basic services, like the gentleman saying, water. This suburb, among many, that has not had water for many days. Some areas have been reconnected, but in other areas residents are still struggling without water. Now, the SALGA Association, so that's the South African Local Governance Association, says there needs to be a deregulation of policies that can assist to negotiate. So they say on a national level, there is a national body that will look at the salaries of some employees and some government officials, but it's really, they say there needs to be a single framework to look at employees of all municipalities together to ensure that everyone is paid in accordance to what they need at that time and with regards to inflation. So that's the issue on the ground right now. Negotiations are at a national level. The strike continues, and suburbs like Verulam are in quite a state of disrepair.
Karinda Jagmohan, thanks for that. Thanks for the update. You're talking there also about the South African Local Government Bargaining Council, and what Karinda is also talking about there is this negotiation now for a uniform system and a wage curve. We'll be speaking to Salga actually on the program just after 11 o'clock to find out, and they're saying there's a misunderstanding here on the part of the striking workers about comparative salaries in other municipalities and metros, that they might be superior to those that those in eThekwini are earning. So we'll get some clarity for you. A very big issue, as you saw there from Karinda, really impacting the delivery of services in communities.